Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Rambling Psychic Podcast. So today, I think what we're gonna, well, I know what we're gonna talk about. So in I think it was the last session, I did a podcast that broke down what your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign mean, and why you might want to check each of them out or another's. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking it down for you. And what I decided to do, though, it is putting a little extra work on my table, but I feel like it's the best way of doing this. So I'm going to do it per sign. So we're going to start at Aries, and I'm just going to give you some information on like an Aries moon. You may be an Aries moon, or you may be interested in Aries, and the moon is really what you want to know. It's their inner workings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with relationships, because I feel like more people want to know about that than other things. Not that other things are important, and it'll all come into it anyway. So in relationship, Aries moons are passionate and proactive in love. They enjoy the thrill of the chase and often take the initiative. I know I was with an Aries for quite a few years, and I was out on a date, and he ended up coming in. We were sitting at a bar. He came in and just came in between me and my date, and put his back to my date and just like talked to me. And then my date's like, should I leave? And I said yes. That's Aries. That's an Aries moon. And it won me over. So anyways, that's what I'm talking about. They enjoy the thrill of the chase, take the initiative. They are attracted to partners who can match their energy. They really enjoy adventure and respect their need for independence. I feel like every sign needs, some independence. But there's certain signs that, doesn't mean I'm off doing something bad, but there is just a sense. So they value excitement and honesty, and boredom can be a relationship killer for them. So overall, Aries individual or Aries moon individuals are dynamic, passionate, and driven. They bring a lot of energy and excitement to the lives of those around them, but their impulsive and intense natures require understanding and patience really from others. So let's go up and let's talk about some key characteristics, because you got to take everything into consideration. Sometimes their upbringing, or even what their sun and their rising can move this around a little bit, so to speak. But let's think about some key characteristics for them. So emotional intensity and passion. Aries moon individuals experience emotions with great depth and intensity. I have a feeling a lot of people didn't know that, but they do. They're highly passionate about what they want, and they're not afraid to chase it. I know that's the truth. That's exactly the story I was telling you. Their emotions can fire up or flare up quickly, but often they subdue just as quickly, subside just as quickly. They can be impulsive, but also action-oriented. They're quick to react and act on their feelings. This impulsiveness can lead to like spontaneous adventures, but also to hasty decisions or emotional outbursts They really thrive on immediate gratification and dislike stagnation or slow progress. Interesting, right? So they're independent and courageous. A deep-rooted sense of independence is central to their emotional makeup. They are brave, self-sufficient, and prefer to really carve their own paths. That's why, like the Tarot or the Emperor in Tarot, which is represented by Aries, I often feel is like a business owner, a business leader, a leader of the people, because they want to carve their own paths. They confront challenges head on and aren't afraid to take risks. They have a very competitive spirit. Aries moons often have a strong competitive drive. They want to be best and are motivated by these challenges, whether they be personal or professional. Aries moon is usually direct and honest. They tend to be straightforward in their communication and emotional expression. They prefer honesty and directness over like passive aggressiveness or emotional games, which I feel like that's the majority of us. Their moon makes them energetic and enthusiastic. They really have boundless energy and a zeal for life. It's like contagious. Their approach to hobbies, careers, and relationships, they approach them with excitement and really a belief that all is possible. So they're seeing the cup half full versus the cup half empty. They have a very pioneering and initiative mind, nature. They're natural problem solvers who enjoy like new ventures and ideas. They're not content with the status quo, and they seek ways to improve and initiate. I have a feeling I should do the research, but I have a feeling there's a lot of inventors who are also Aries moon. Again, I'm speaking about the moon, but I can also see the qualities of the sun in the rising in here. So anyways, where are we at? We were talking about their initiative. So they're also pretty quick to forgive. Not always, but while they can be quick to anger or react strongly, Aries moons often get over things just as quickly. They typically don't hold on to grudges for long. They do have a need for freedom. They value personal freedom in their relationships and lives. They dislike feeling restricted or told what to do. Now, I don't mean this to a point where, there can't be a beautiful give and take. There can be. But again, these are things that we want to know. So some of the challenges that an Aries moon may face is, number one, impatience. Their need for things to happen quickly can lead to frustration and really be a short fuse when things don't move at their desired pace. There can be aggression or hot-headedness. Their fiery nature can manifest as a quick temper or aggressive reactions, especially when they feel challenged or misunderstood. Reminds me kind of and it's not an insult, but it reminds me of the younger us. Their emotions can be intense and shift rapidly, which might be overwhelming for some. They can have difficulty with criticism, due to their strong sense of self and really that always right kind of mentality. They may struggle with others trying to, again, give them good criticism, or any types of limitations. And boredom. They require constant stimulation and excitement, and boredom is their worst nightmare. If a situation or relationship becomes mundane, they may lose interest quickly. So, this is just giving you a look inside of Aries, an Aries moon's mind. Again, it doesn't mean that, because some of these things I feel like are areas where we probably need to work on. You know what I mean? And I feel like other areas are just who we are, type of energy. So, whether you are an Aries moon or somehow you're connected to an Aries moon, I hope this brought you some clarity. As always, I thank you for listening. I'm going to go down the line, so we'll probably do Taurus next. But I will feel whatever I feel called to is what I'll do next. But we're going to continue down the line with the moon sign. So, hello Aries. Now we know you. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. By the way, leave your comments, please. Let me know what you think. If you are an Aries moon, do you relate to that? If you're seeing an Aries moon, do you relate to that? I relate to it, and I relate to it through just knowing an Aries moon for that long. But, that was a different time. So, anyways, yeah, leave your comments. I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.